Hi everyone, I am Margourtarotreader, and today we're doing a personal reading for a client that will represent the sign of Aquarius. As you already know, prior to the recording, I call into the universe with personal information because my clients remain private at all times. During the recording, there will be moments of silence. It is when I'm transcending to your spirit guides so they can start passing on the messages that we need to pass on to you. When it comes to predictions, certain predictions can and are allowed to change to an extent if you align yourself emotionally, spiritually, mentally, physically, in all aspects of yourself being with the universe. Certain predictions cannot and will not be changed because it is the path that you and the people in question have to take in this earthly world. Okay? Thank you. And let's get started. Angels of the universe and the heavens of God. What must I need to know? Show me what must I need to see. When it comes in reference to our client, angels of the universe and the heavens of God, show me what is it that I need to know here. First spread will be for you to see the overall energies, and then we'll see the Virgo. Okay? Normally, the first spread will consist of the most recent past of the next 3 to 4 months, but it could even incline in reference to your energy in weeks, days, including in more than 3 months. Okay? And so, show me what's time to know. Let's see into the earth. As you stated, unfortunately, sometimes I would like only for the best, for the good predictions to come about, but sometimes, including the bad ones, do. So, we'll... you need to also understand that sometimes things happen for our own best interest, for our own well-being, and for our own growth. And I feel that this is for your own best interest at this time, even though you may not see it that way in certain times. I predicted your separation and divorce with your spouse, but we'll look into it as we see if we still see the predictions here. Okay, so you are now separated, and we'll see. 2, 4, 6. Unfortunately, I feel that it is the best thing for you to love yourself, to nurture yourself, and to move on from this phase in your life. Okay? Deep down, I feel that sometimes you have certain regrets that things could be better for you or could have been better for you. Okay? So, if you haven't taken some time from work, I feel that you are going to, you're debating on that, or you probably should take some time to recuperate yourself from all this that's happening. Okay? To focus on your energy, on your self-restoration, okay? Because I feel that you're going to be feeling a bit blocked here in a very few. Life is not over. Instead, it's being rebirthed to you, okay? Contemplating on how to give the news to your family is what I'm sensing here also. Yeah. Well, you know, okay, let me finish this and I'll tell you in a minute. This is your spread, so I'm going to tell you this. I'll see the Virgo next. Sometimes you don't even want to hear or communicate with the Virgo. But I'm also sensing here that in the next 3 to 4 months, it could even be less, according to your energy, if you adjust or stay as is. I feel that, yes, you've made that separation, that legal separation with this person. But I'm not necessarily seeing here to go into place in the next 3 to 4 months. Because I'm sensing that the Virgo is going to have a second, what's the phrase I'm looking for here? Change of heart, almost. Or you wish for him to have a change of heart in reference to the separation, the divorce. Because I feel that at this time, you're going to be feeling in a moment of rage, even sometimes in reference to the connection between you and your spouse here. But believe it or not, I feel that he's going to make some type of gesture or attempt to even try to see if he could prolong this separation. But I see him here around other women. So basically, he's doing what he's doing, you know, with someone else, but he's also going to be with someone else. So have you made this right choice? In the energy based, I feel that you have made the right choice, even though it's going to be very heartbroken for you to have to let go of someone, you know, that you're married to. I feel that you're going to have another person come into your life. Now, the universe always, when you're ready to close a chapter and move on because it's not suited for your best interest, the universe always grants you and serves you with someone else to replace that and rebuild another karmic relationship. I feel that someone else is coming in the picture here for you, if it hasn't already. We have a, let me see here. We have a Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer, Sun, rising, male. And it might be another earth sign because it's not being direct here, because it's giving me a Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, Sun, rising, but we also have an earth sign in between. So sometimes when that happens on the energies, it kind of tells me that it could be even another earth sign coming to you. So you do have someone ahead that you can share life with to continue if you choose to, okay? Because the energies are showing here. So it might be already in place, okay? You might even know of that person and not wanting it at this time. That's understandable. The Virgo here in your reading, I see him to be a, I wouldn't want to say necessarily a gigolo, but you can put it because he's very much around other women. And you kind of know that this is his pattern and this is the way he is. I do feel that he is going to be with someone already. He is with someone, but he's going to end up with that person. It will not be long lasting either. So, because I feel that he is talking to other women. Now, he's going to want to make a return into your life. Now, we'll see as we go. We're going to see him next. You have something prosperous coming in your way due to your work environment. I know you didn't ask, but I have to say this. And it's going to be very prosperous to you, okay? I'm not sure if you're thinking of moving or rearranging your home environment, of selling or buying, or it's some type of arrangements that you want to make for your home. Now, I would have to say this, that in reference to your legal contract that you have with this Virgo, just make sure that the less you talk with that person, the better it is for you. Because sometimes if you're the one that brings in the money, that brings in the home, the bacon at home, you know, another phrase, you want to make sure that you have all your options covered. If this man was bringing less than you at home, whatever it may be, he might even try to sweet talk you into this separation, so it will go on his favor. So I would definitely be very cautious of that, because he thinks that for some reason he wants to gain something here. It shows to be material, so it shows to be money, it shows to be property, something to that effect he's looking into, okay? So make sure that the less you talk to him and the less information you give him in reference to you, that this divorce, the better it is for you. And if he has to pay child support, do what needs to be done, and just through the courts. It's better off for you in the long run, because normally what they intend to do, whether it's a man or a woman going through a separation, they intend to sweet talk your ear so you will give in to all their demands, okay? Let's see his. For some reason, I feel that you're hoping that he will come back to you and tell you that to reconcile, or to give him or put it on hold here. He might attempt to do that, okay? Angels of the universe and of the heavens of God, show me what must I need to know. What is it that I need to know here in reference to past, present, and future? What is it that I need to align with? I cannot show me. Okay. Thank you, angels. Let's see, what is it that I need to know? What is it that I need to see in reference to the client, angels? he's going to try to tell you certain things and they're not true. Okay, so be very cautious of that. Manipulate the results. I feel that he's having some type of family issues here. And he is quite surprised that you're acting on the legal separation. He had it coming, but he didn't think that you would act on it. He thought that you were just going to stand there and just be at his given. You know what I mean? Well, you know, he'll find himself into a bit surprise because I feel that he's not just was talking to someone else. He was talking to other women. Clearly, in all abroad here, he is all over the place. He's surprised that you acted on the legal separation. And yes, I think that at the end, it's going to happen here. He's looking forward to this. It's almost like a limbo upside down, you know, back and forth. So he is looking forward for the separation even, okay? What's going to happen is, to his surprise, he's going to find it very difficult later in regretting including the separation with you, the divorce, okay? Because he, even though he's accepting or not understanding or realizing, he's telling other people that he's no longer in love with you, that the relationship was just settling in for what it was, for the convenience or for the child or children, whatever you name it. He had excuses. But on the long run, he's going to see to himself that he is lying to himself. He's being manipulative. He believed the lies that he will be telling other people. He's going to find regret in separating from you eventually. And that's good. That serves him the right. Because lesson learned, it'll bite him in the ass the way it's supposed to be later. In this case, I mean, it doesn't happen in all scenarios, or even, you know, sometimes it's for the best interest, right? But in his situation, he's going to find that he finds you to be a better fit, a better woman than the ones that he has been circling with. He's going to find himself that he does care for you, that he cared for you, that he has feelings for you. But there was a lot of things being done and said in between the relationship. And also the fact that it was very difficult at times, he thought, of living with you. And he's going to be regretting the separation. He was fine with the ways things were between both of you. He was accepting however it was because you were accepting things the way they were, because you allowed them in a sense. So he thought it was going to continue. Now he found himself surprised that you filed for divorce. With the woman that he is with, I'm not sure if they live together yet, but he will be living with this woman. Now that woman thinks that this is going to be his next spouse, whatever you name it. They're going to have they're going to get into a conflict within themselves. I don't see him lasting either with the woman that he's with right now. I feel that he's going to be talking to someone that he knows from the past that is making a return. And this is the woman that is going to end up with him. It shows to be a water sign, a Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer, Sun, or Rising. Or it could be a Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, Sun, or Rising. Either way, there's a number of women here in his life. One currently, and one returning, and one that he'll end up with. Okay? There's a woman there that is with a man at this time as we speak. She is going to leave that relationship to be with the Virgo. So he has a pattern, and he also has conflict coming ahead in reference to love department, in the love relationship. Okay? And all this, let me say this, that all this is going to bring all kinds of conflict. And he may want to delay the legal separation with you. He might find himself that he doesn't want the divorce right off the bat, according to things the way they're happening. But at this time, even though he's surprised, he's actually looking forward to being detached, in other words, because he finds to be free to be very enlightening for him. Okay? And he is lying in a lot of aspects in reference to the relationship of the marriage that was with you to either his friends or family members. So he's making up reasons of why this is happening. He's trying to make himself look good above all, and probably belittle you in some sense here. Okay. The thing about it is that in his spread, I do see the actual divorce happening. In yours, I didn't. So I feel that you intuitively do not want the separation or the divorce. That you're hoping that he will come back rational and telling you that put it on hold or not do the divorce. So when I see this, I would have to really challenge your thought or way of thinking. Understand that this is what you want, the divorce. Understand that he is who he is and he's not going to change. Because if you're backtracking of filing for divorce and not necessarily 100% ready for it, then you're going to struggle after you do the divorce. And I have to be straight with that. You know, is it a good thing for you to do it? To me, I feel that yes, but only you are in your own shoes. I'm only going based on the energies that I see and the energies that I sense of you and him. Based on that, I give you my advices, but as always, it is the client's own rights to follow their own path, right? And predictions can and are allowed to change to an extent. I always say that because it is so true. And based on the energies that I see, I feel that yes, he is ready for the legal separation, but he also wants money out of this. He's also looking to get something out of this separation that he thinks is beneficial to him. It will backfire on him, I can tell you that much. But I'm also sensing that you are hoping that this will give him some type of scare and will want to return to you and tell you and beg you to not do the divorce. And let me say this, that if he happens to say anything similar to that, he is going to be lying to you. Okay? I do not think that he wants to hold on to this marriage. He wants to hold on to what it is, to what has been, to what he's used to and you're used to, because you allow it to an extent. And you deep down or want to hold on for the same reasons. But I feel that you are in such in love with this man that you're not seeing quite clearly yet. Even though you filed for divorce, you're still having to hold on to that last resource of hope. And that's okay. But I can only say this, that this is something major. If you've done all that you could, 110 out of you, then so be it. Go right ahead and proceed with these legal issues. I would hate for you to go through the divorce and having to have some type of regrets. But remember, sometimes, normally, it does happen that you get some regrets after leaving someone. But it happens because you're spiritually not ready to detach. So you need to put the yes and the no's. Why you're divorcing? Why are you leaving? If and when, why would you want to keep it? You have to analyze things completely. We know that he's not changing. We know that he's seeing other people. We know that he will continue doing this. We know that. Okay. What has he showed to be indifferent with you? What has he changed to be indifferent with you? All these things come to play, you know. And I feel that the fact that he's not appreciating you for who you are, for what you are, it comes to the decisions making. But it also comes to what you want, what you need. Is he can act like he's Romeo all day long with you, and act the opposite with other women and other people. Act the opposite when he's not around you. He can do all these things. He can act like he's Prince Charming with you and bring you the world at your feet, right? But it's at the end of the day, it's based on what you want, what you need, what you deserve, basically. Do you deserve someone to belittle you by showing affection and yet sharing something else with someone else, and probably even the best of himself to someone else and not you? All these things have to come in play. So what I want you to understand is that I want you to be clear on the direction that you're taking, and the direction that you're taking is based on you, what you want, not what he needs or he deserves. Okay, let's see you again. once you're ready to close that chapter, because I've seen a number of times, that a client will divorce someone, and literally I predict that the divorce means nothing because they're still there. And guess what? That's just what happens to that client. And then what happens is you're going to be stuck in your energy and you're not going to move forward. So you need to learn, what is it that you're letting go? The actual legal status, or you're letting go the actual person itself, literally closing the chapter. Okay? That would help you heal tremendously in order to refresh your energy. Okay, no problem. I guess you're upset. Yeah. Angels of the universe and the heavens of God, thank you. Let's see here. Okay. It's okay to cry. It's okay to burst it out. It's okay to do all kinds of things. Okay? It's about releasing that energy, releasing what does not serve you, including through those emotions. Let's see you now. Angels of the universe and of the heavens of God, thank you. You're going to be feeling a little bit blocked. I would suggest that once you go through this legal separation, to have yourself a spiritual cleansing, a house cleansing, so you can restore your energy, okay? Because you're going to be feeling a little bit depressed, out of focus, when you should be feeling on your utmost released and happy. Because, and you're going to feel that eventually. You'll see. Nothing happens just to happen. Everything happens for a reason and for its purpose of your own self-being, your own wealth, your own love and nurturing. Okay? Exactly. You're going to be very disappointed and upset. I feel that eventually you're going to hear that he has either engaged or re-engaged to someone else, okay? Leaving you to probably propose to someone else. You're going to hear all kinds of things. Some of them are not going to be true. They're just going to be to hurt you. But you're standing firm in your ground, and you're going to second guess whether you even want friendship with this person, the Virgo. He is going to be pissed off. He's going to tell you a lot of things. Eventually, after you've separated legally from this person, he's going to feel like you were worth something, and you still are, because he's going to recognize that after the fact. Stick to your grounds, and he's going to realize that after the fact. He may even want to make a circle back into your life again. Just because you're divorced doesn't mean you're divorced. I do see the divorce here, okay? I do see it. But he's going to have a lot of regrets toward this. He thinks he's in love with someone else. But then after the fact, he's going to start looking and feeling that, you know what? My wife was this. My wife was that. He's going to start comparing you to other women, okay? And see the good in you. But that would be too late for him, okay? Yeah, he's going to want to be back with you. And that would be up to you. I don't see the Virgo changing. I don't see him. I think that this shows him to be very clear. He thinks he's in love with someone else here. And then he's going to start thinking that he has feelings for you again. But then we see him here coming back towards someone that he was with before. Whoever it is that he's seeing right now, it's someone else before that person. That I feel that person is returning in his life. Okay? You just want him to be a good father. That's fine. You put it on paper. Have him put him on paper and sign it. And then that's it. It's up to you. You can maintain friendships with your ex. But how much of friendship do you want? Because sometimes that could be used to advantage or disadvantage. So normally I would suggest not. Because what happens is you haven't had the time to regrieve yourself of the distance and separation. And so you end up keeping the friendship and end up having some type of intimacy with the person again. And then you think everything is fine and normal when it's not, because they're still continuing to see other people. You're not restoring a relationship in that way. Okay? Every case is different, but in yours is how I'm sensing it. there is someone else that is coming for you. We have a water sign, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising. You may or may not know this person at this time. But I feel that he's there for you, okay? I feel that you're hesitant to want to start any kind of relationship with anybody. This Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, he's either been married before, is with someone else there. So someone is in a relationship. I will not advise you to be with anybody that is married. Okay, if you've never been in one, perfect. Do not get into it. Yeah. Okay. So the Virgo is seeing someone that is already in a relationship, and he's attached to this woman. Okay. So he's thinking that they're going to break up eventually and then end up with him, whatever may be. It possibly is, because we see it here too. Okay. Whoever it is that he's with right now, that is not going to be lasting quite a bit, actually. He thinks that he's going to remarry someone else. He also thinks that he's gaining something from you. I'm not sure if you're paying him something, alimony, how long you've been married to this man. He's expecting some type of return in this separation. Okay? Again, watch what you say to him, how you say to him. I will not recommend it while going through the separation, through the divorce. I will not recommend you talk about the divorce or the proceeding to him. Let it be only through attorneys. And if he comes, because if he hasn't been using the excuse to see his children or child, whatever, however many kids you have, he might start using that as an excuse to get to know more of what's going on around your surroundings, to use it to his advantage or his benefit. Okay? It's okay for him to come around and see your children or take the children for their visits and whatnot. Do not talk to your children about the legal things that you have going on between you and your spouse at this time, because he'll find a way to get it out of the children. Okay. So I will be very cautious in that. Again, speak only through your attorney until the proceeding goes, because I feel that he might want to sugarcoat certain things in order to get something and gain something out of this. Okay. Is it going to be a peaceful divorce? It will be if you align yourself with it or accepting it as it's the right time and it's now the time to do this for your own self-being. Because if you stay longer in this marriage, I feel that you're just going to be, you know, some people do. Some people don't mind the person sleeping with other people as long as they give you what you think is the best of the person, but it's not. Some people are willing to share, you know, in that perspective, because they show them love and they think that they're in love with me and they blame the mistresses. It happens. It can happen, but sometimes it's not. Again, your situation is different. So I think in all counts, you're doing the right situation, to be honest. To renew yourself, restore yourself, and find what it is you're wanting out of you. Okay. Yes, you can have other relationships if you choose to, is what the universe is saying. I'm not sure if you already started to talk to someone that you consider to be a friend here. But all in all, I definitely feel that this Virgo is going to have a second thought and regrets of his behavior and ways of acting. Okay? Why? Because he thinks that the person that he cares for is there for him as he wants it, you know. And it always is the case when you're married, right? You have to share something, but it's not the same when you actually are literally living with the person. What happens is, it's not to say that the mistress is not what it is to be. What happens is that when you're married, you're focusing to one thing at home and focusing to another thing outside the home. So in certain cases, you do end up with a better relationship outside the home, you know. In certain cases, you don't. In this case, I feel that he feels you did not do your part as a wife, okay? You did not do certain things as a wife. And so the other person did certain things within the relationship. whether sexually or physically or emotionally, it don't matter, okay? And you might think, I did the best I could. I was the perfect wife. Well, probably so. But when the spirits itself are not connected to the other person the way they should be, it will not be. You could be the best of the best there is, but it's not there because they don't see it, okay? Or you don't see it, okay? So it's not to say, you know, the person was a dog and things like that, or she was a dog. No, it's to say that spiritually the bond was just not there. So there will always be certain excuses to make it more detached, okay? And so in this case, I feel that this relationship that he has with someone is not going to work. He's going to end up with someone else here, okay, eventually. And he will try to come back around within those phases. Basically, you will be divorced, but this person will still be in your life. So you will get to know his ups and downs because he will still be coming around in your life. And also intruding in your personal life because he still feels that he still has the rights to you, whether you're divorced or not, which you will be. Okay? At this time is what I see. But just because you're listening to how I am describing him, do not second guess certain things of him. Okay? Thank you, angels. Thank you to the universe and to the heavens of God. Okay. Yeah. So there will be a divorce and he will be with someone else. We already know that. And I think that you also sense that. Okay? Let's see. Thank you, angels. Show me what must I need to know. Angels of the universe and the heavens of God. Let me see this. I don't see to be necessarily a prolong. I think that maybe you're going to try to stall it for a minute or so. Even though you're thinking, no, I want it now. No, I think that there's a stall into this separation. Okay? But eventually it will happen. Angels of the universe and of the heavens of God. Show me what must I need to know here.